If you're here, it's not by chance. The universe brought you to this exact moment, and there's a divine reason for it. God saw something in your heart that needed an answer. Your guardian angels whispered, and somehow you clicked on this video. It's not coincidence, it's a calling. Feel, breathe, let this message speak to the quietest part of you. Because what will be said here is something the heavens want to remind you of. Where are you watching from right now? Write it in the comments. I want to feel your presence here. There is someone you feel, even without words, even without messages, that something still resonates in the space between you. It's like a closed window that still lets in light. This person hasn't entirely left your story, even though their steps have taken a different path. The universe shows that there is a living connection, even in silence. There are memories that still breathe, recollections that return uninvited, and perhaps in recent days you've felt something different. A chill, a dream, a persistent thought. These are signs. Little threads that the invisible uses to touch you. This person thought of you, not in a casual way, but with an intensity that time doesn't dilute. It's as if something within them still calls your name in secret. But what they feel is not simple. It's a mix of longing, fear, and a type of love that never learned to express itself properly. You may have tried to move on. Perhaps you told yourself, it's over. But there's something in you that still recognizes this bond. Even when you try to convince yourself that you don't feel anymore, some memory visits you. A song, a fragrance, an absurd coincidence. The universe is showing you that this connection hasn't been erased, just dormant, and there are moments when it awakens, almost like a soul's call. This person feels the same. Even if she tries to deny it, even if there seems to be distance, there's an unease in her heart, like an echo that doesn't cease. It's as if every attempt to forget is a reminder that it's not possible, as if time itself is saying, not yet over. Her heart now resonates in a different way. Something is changing inside her, and the universe is allowing you to feel it too. Perhaps that's why all of a sudden you thought so much about this person for no apparent reason. Because there's an invisible thread pulling, connecting hearts that still have something to learn together. This person is praying. Yes, praying. But not asking to have you back. Instead, they're asking to forget you. And even so, the sky does not grant this request, because there are stories that cannot be ended by sheer will. There are bonds that belong to divine timing, not human desire. God heard her prayer, but in silence responded, it's not time to erase yet. And that's why this person feels their heart tremble, feels their chest tighten when they think of you. They don't understand, but they feel. And the universe brings you this message now to confirm this bond is still active. You may feel guilty for still remembering, or perhaps you feel anger for not being able to forget. But the heavens ask you for patience. True love is not erased, it is transformed. And what is being worked on now is precisely this transformation, from pain to understanding, from absence to purpose. Close your eyes for a moment. Do you feel that presence? It's not imagination. It's the energy of this person touching your soul in a silent attempt to reconcile, even if only in spirit. The angels show that there is a lesson in progress, an encounter that has not yet been fully completed. But before any return, there is a time for healing being granted. This person thinks about what they would do differently, thinks about the unspoken words, thinks about the times they were silent out of fear. And deep down you understand that what you experienced was something greater than it seemed. The universe presents a symbol, a road illuminated by patches of light, not fully bright. It's as if the path between you exists, but is still shrouded in mist. And gradually, this mist begins to clear. Perhaps you've asked yourself, why do I still feel this way? The answer is simple yet profound, because this feeling still has something to teach you. You know how the sky can be overcast, but the light insists on breaking through the clouds. That's what this connection is like. Even amid distance, there are flashes of light, reminding you that true love does not rely on physical presence. This person feels you, in dreams, in memories, in small synchronicities of daily life. And when their heart tries to forget, something within them vibrates and refuses, because there is an unfulfilled spiritual promise. You're not crazy for still feeling this way, nor are you weak for still remembering. You're simply connected to a soul that still recognizes you even in the silence. The universe asks you to be patient, because divine timing is different from human timing. What feels like a delay is sometimes just preparation. This person is undergoing internal work. Their fear is significant. The fear of feeling, the fear of trying, the fear of losing themselves. But love, the kind that comes from God, is slowly overcoming this resistance. Have you noticed how sometimes a simple memory can change your day, or how nostalgia comes uninvited, but brings peace at the same time? These are signs that something invisible is stirring. God is touching hearts, yours to heal, theirs to awaken. And when the heavens decide to act, no distance, pride, or silence can stand in the way. This person feels their heart tremble, because there is something greater than human will guiding the steps, and the universe is preparing the right moment, the one where the reunion, whether in words or in spirit, will make sense. Do you believe that the universe brings back together those who still have something to experience together? Write it in the comments. I want to know what your heart feels. But not everything is light. Silence is heavy. The absence of that person echoes, and sometimes it feels like the universe forgot to align fate. There are nights when you look up at the sky and ask, why? And the sky answers, but in whispers. Because not every answer comes in words. There's a conflict between the soul and fear. That person feels, but can't act. It's as if love and dread walk side by side. Love wants to get closer, fear wants to hide. And in this invisible battle, silence becomes armor. But God sees what the human heart tries to hide, and He does not judge. He simply waits for the time when love will triumph over fear. You miss that person, even when you pretend you don't. And they miss you too, even when they pretend to forget. This is the paradox of a true bond. It survives denial. There's a weight that has settled in, of indecision. That person struggles to choose between what they feel and what they fear, and in this confusion they pull away. But this withdrawal isn't a lack of love, it's an unconscious plea for time. The universe asks you for compassion, because there are pains you can't see. That person carries old shadows, wounds that have nothing to do with you, but which prevent them from fully opening up. Their silence is not empty. It's internal noise. It's the fear of repeating mistakes, of losing oneself again, of causing hurt. But love, true love, never completely disappears. It withdraws, transforms, safeguards itself, and waits for the right moment to blossom again. Have you ever felt that someone pulled away out of fear, not a lack of love? Share your response in the comments. Your story could comfort another soul who feels the same. The universe shows that there is movement in the invisible. Even when it seems still, there's energy being worked on. God is restoring hearts, healing what has been wounded, and you are preparing for reunions that will no longer be filled with pain, but with understanding. The longing for this person sometimes turns into prayer. You talk to God and ask for strength. She talks to God and asks for forgetfulness. And the heavens wise transform both prayers into lessons. Neither you lose nor does she find freedom. Both souls grow. There is something profound happening between you, a spiritual bond that time does not dissolve, it only purifies, and that purification hurts, because love needs to pass through the fire of absence to discover if it is true. Sometimes you feel like you are being tested, and you are. But it is not a punishment, it is refinement. The universe is making you stronger, more aware, more at peace. The shadow of silence, no matter how dense it seems, is becoming light. You will understand this soon. This person is thinking about coming back, but not in the same way. She wants to come healed, free of doubts, at peace with the past. And that's why time is taking so long, because the heavens do not want repetitions but new beginnings. God is in control, and when He acts, nothing is by chance. The answer, not yet, is not never. It is merely a promise on hold. You are remembered by the universe. The angels watch over you, and the love you feel is not being ignored. A harvest is approaching, and the fruit will be sweet. But for now, it's necessary to trust, even without seeing, even without hearing, even without certainty, because the love that comes from God is patient and knows the right time to bloom. Take a deep breath. What you feel is not in vain. Something is being written between the lines of your life, and each tear is being used as divine ink. You have not been forgotten. You have been chosen to feel what many would not be able to endure. And that makes you special. It makes you capable of understanding what true love really means. Surrender, faith, waiting, and purpose. And what this person feels at this very moment is the mix of all of that. Her prayer asking to forget you still echoes in the heavens, but God, in His infinite wisdom, smiles and says, "I cannot grant what is not true." Her heart trembles because the soul recognizes what the mind tries to deny, and her soul already knew. If this message spoke to your heart, write in the comments, "I trust in God's timing," and stay with me because in the next part, I will reveal what the universe is preparing when the silence will finally turn into a reunion. There comes a moment when the sky shifts, without noise, without warning. But when God decides to act, everything changes, inside and out. The universe is stitching destinies together, and you are part of it. The guardian angels are ahead, guiding you in silence. This person feels more than they show, more than they admit. Her heart tries to be quiet, but it vibrates when she thinks of you. It's like the sea trying to pretend it's calm when the wind blows hard. There are memories that visit her, songs that awaken old emotions, thoughts that return when she least expects them. These are signs, and signs don't appear by chance. God is guiding this bond to the right place. The love that seemed to be asleep is being worked on in the invisible, not to return the same, but to be reborn different. You felt the call, that feeling that something is about to change. And it's true, the universe is preparing the ground for the reunion, even if quietly. This person prayed to forget, but God heard the soul, not the words, and the soul asked for understanding, not forgetfulness. That's why her heart trembles. Because true love does not fade. It awakens when the right time comes. Do you feel something different in the last few days? A light shiver? A constant memory? It's the universe reminding you, energy is moving. The angels show two souls separated by mist, and slowly the mist begins to dissipate. There's no need to chase after it. What is true finds its way. God unites what fear separates, and divine timing is perfect. Breathe. Trust. The love that comes from God doesn't get lost, it only matures. Do you believe that silence speaks too? Write in the comments, because silence is the purest voice of fate. There are stories that time tries to erase, but destiny insists on rewriting them, and yours is one of them. God is guiding you into a new phase, lighter, more aware. Nothing was in vain. The pain was a lesson. The silence was preparation. You are a divine seed, and seeds need the shade before they find the light. This person was a mirror. They reflected love, fear, and what still needed to be healed. Now the universe is cleaning the mirror so that both of you can see clearly. The angels whisper, "Nothing ends when it is true," and the love you feel is proof of that. The waiting period is not a punishment, it's refinement. Heaven is shaping both of you, so that when the reunion comes, it will be pure, calm, and whole. Don't rush. True love doesn't hurry, it blossoms. You are light, and everything that vibrates in love returns to the light. The universe is asking you, trust. What seems like a delay is just God aligning hearts. Silence is not empty, it's God writing in a soft voice. And when the reunion arrives, and because it will arrive, you will understand that love was never absence. It was a path. No distance diminishes what is true. No silence silences what was meant to blossom. Love doesn't end. It only changes form until it can return in peace. Take a deep breath. Do you feel that calm? It's the universe saying, now is your time to trust. And the heart that once prayed to forget now understands. Love was the very return. Now that you've come this far, breathe. Let this message embrace you. Do you feel it? It's the presence of something greater enveloping you. The universe has heard your heart, and nothing you feel is in vain. You are not alone. There are so many souls hearing these same words, feeling the same knot, the same hope. We are together in this journey of faith and new beginnings. Which word from this message resonated with you the most? Write it in the comments. Maybe your word will heal someone else who needs to hear it. If this message touched you, give it a like. Share it with someone who carries a silence similar to yours. Sometimes a simple gesture is the way the universe spreads light. And if you want to keep receiving messages like this, words that touch the invisible and bring peace to the soul, subscribe and turn on the notifications. The angels always find a way to keep guiding you. In the meantime, remember, God is moving the invisible in your favor. Nothing is stagnant, nothing is lost. Everything is just being prepared. When fear comes, pray. When longing hurts, trust. And when love is reborn, give thanks. because to love is the purest form of prayer. Write in the comments, "I trust in God's timing." Let this phrase resonate in the universe. It's a seal of faith, a code of light. Thank you for being here. You are part of this chain of love, and the universe has already begun to act. Until the next message, may the guardian angels wrap you in peace, and may love return at the perfect time, guided by divine will. Light, faith, and new beginnings. This is what the universe is preparing for you.